Let's war start. Hey, yes, my people, as it dey hot, it don't happen. No, Tinubu and Atiku now they fight naked for Market Square. Hey, now everybody that they watch there, they fight naked. My obedient family just they share this video, make the video go viral, and this one they go give people sense to tell you know say na only Peter Obi now they never drag inside this fight. That is to show say there's a big difference. These are all takers politicians, and these are our new and young Peter Obi. This one that show say Peter Obi is very clean, and when I feel such and I no go say anything because they accuse the Tinubu for drug case, they accuse Atiku now for money laundering. Now Tinubu and Atiku now they fight. When I watch them, please share this video, make it go viral.
Good evening, Nigerians. First, I want to start by saying that it's a very laughable press conference, and these have completely shown the desperation of the APC. These have shown that their satanic manifestation. These have shown that they've all accepted Atiku is the leading presidential candidate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They have no other credible means of campaigning or trying to fight the PDP than to orchestrate lies from the pit of hell. Even from what Festus Kayamo just said, he said they have evidence that letters of appointment from Atiku Abubakar, that is fallacious, that is malicious, and that is a lie from the pit of hell. The letter the so-called Mike paraded are letters from two support groups. One from TCOM, one from Atiku support group, where Atiku have no control of those support groups. And we are saying that if you are an aide, you claim to be a media aide of Atiku Abubakar, you will have a letter of appointment from Atiku Abubakar. I am the spokesperson of Atiku Abubakar. I got a letter signed by Atiku Abubakar appointing me as the spokesperson. I'm the director of public affairs of the presidential campaign organization of the PDP. I have a letter signed by the director general of the campaign council. So where is the letter appointing him as an aide? And it is so shameless that Festus and the other jesters will come on TV and then begin to say that there was an evidence of a letter appointing him as an aide. But let's not even go into that. It is very, very funny that tissues of lies were put together. Atiku Abubakar is one of the most investigated Nigerians. Today, this is the first time in the Federal Republic of Nigeria that I will see blatantly, koro, eyeball to eyeball, that an armed robber will be accusing an innocent citizen. I mean, a man who has criminal tendencies, a man who is a convicted criminal by the virtue of money that was confiscated over 340 million naira was confiscated in Tinubu's account as a drug lord in America. And not only a drug lord, is even a suspected addict of same drug. A man who faced code of conduct for criminal activities. A man who has over a dozen of petitions waiting for him in the FCC and ICPC will accuse a man that has never been invited by either code of conduct, ICPC or EFCC, a man that has been investigated and never been indicted by any court of law, or he has never even been prosecuted by any court of law in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So these distractions are not important to us. Instead of them to talk on how they will help Nigerians to vote PDP, to ameliorate and palliate the satanic manifestations of APC, to correct the issues of insecurity. They are trying to cover up for the maladministration of APC in 8 years by raising unnecessary lies and issues that are completely baseless. So honestly, we have no reaction to tissues of lies. We have no reactions to comedy. We have no reactions to so-called jesters putting themselves together and eroding the lives of one individual who is a known blackmailer all over this country. I mean, okay.
So let's take these issues quickly, Senator, because the purpose of this program is that we need to speak to those who are seeking power. And it's popular saying that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. So, I mean, there needs to be some clarity and some putting answers to some questions that have been raised. So I'd like to ask some very quick questions so that we can get to our destination, which is, if anything of this is true, your candidate or your campaign council might be able to clarify them. First and foremost, and I asked this question to your colleague who was on the program yesterday, Michael Achimogo. Is he a known person to Mr. Atiku Abubakar?
I just answered in my initial response, June, and I told you that Festus Keyamo corroborated the lie of Mike, and that has given us the foundation of where Mike started from. Mike is being sponsored by APC. Mike is being sponsored by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is why they are doing a follow-up to a project they started in Mike. Mike is not a media aide of Atiku Abubakar. The letters he brought online and he produced, and which shamelessly, myopically, Festus is referring to, are letters from support groups. I can decide in this room to say myself and 3 other people are setting up a support group, understand, to support Atiku Abubakar. That does not have the mandate of Atiku Abubakar. It is not part of our presidential campaign council, and those letters were written by people that have no any close official administrative tie with Atiku Abubakar. And surprisingly, only in Nigeria will people be reacting to this type of frivolous, unfounded stories. I am telling you as an individual that it was never an aid. Media aides make releases on behalf of Atiku of their principals. I am talking on behalf of Atiku Abubakar because I have the mandate to do so. Let him show us where is his mandate, where is his letter to speak for Atiku Abubakar at any time. But a man who is a blackmailer, and in this era of technology where the head of Tinubu can be removed from the picture and you put the head of Shetima, that is in a time like this where there is voiceover.
All right,
where
Senator,
you can use
Senator.
the voice.
So let's get it clear
voice.
now. Yeah. Let's get it clear, Senator. So what your principal is saying tonight to Nigerians is that he doesn't have any relationship whatsoever, ever, with Mike Achimogu, and he doesn't know him at all. Is that a statement coming from your principal tonight?
Let me tell you this. Atiku Abubakar is not only the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he is the most popular Nigerian today on earth. And people meet him on the street on daily basis. We traveled on the street of London. People were stopping him to take pictures with him. So if you see Atiku Abubakar and take a picture with him, or you interacted with him for minutes, then you go out and say you are his close aides, that is not acceptable. What I am saying in essence, as an investigative...
Senator, so what
Can you allow me to just land, please? That what I'm saying in essence is that as an investigative journalist, go and carry out due diligence. Every statement made by that boy, sponsored by the APC, to create unnecessary distractions, they know. Festus Keyamo said he has gone to court, he has written petitions in his name. They are the ones orchestrating this thing. A man who needs to resign is the man who is not healthy. Is a man. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have said to you, for you to be the president of this country, you must be physically and mentally fit. Tinubu is not physically fit, he's not mentally fit, and he has been indicted of a criminal activity in America where over $460,000 have been confiscated from his account. We have evidence of his criminality. We have evidence of his indictment. What is he still doing around saying that he wants to be president?
Senator,
instead of them to apologize to Nigerians and the man withdraw, you are talking of an innocent Nigerian that is coming to salvage us from the woes and the troubles that APC have taken us through.
Senator, so what I want to establish, and it's taking a long time for us to establish, is whether or not I know somebody, I have a relationship, an acquaintance and friends, family members, relatives. Those are distinct relationships. And so, and I'm trying to get it clear so that Nigerians have an understanding of what the issues are. Is your candidate saying, and I'd like you to quickly just say this so that we can move on to some other issues, is your candidate saying that he has never had any relationship whatsoever with Michael Achimogu?
That is what I am telling you now, that my candidates have no personal or administrative relationship with Michael Achimogu. And he is not an aide of...
Since you said that, let's move on now.
He is not an aide of Atiku Abubakar. These are all orchestrations of the APC.
So that's the question I'd like you to answer, so it takes us to the next point. Have you listened or watched the tapes that were released by Michael Achimogu online? Precisely the one involving allegedly the voice of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in a telephone conversation where Michael Achimogu said he was trying to establish and extract a direction from the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on how to respond to those who allege that the former Vice President is corrupt, and was asking in respect of a certain organization, a certain company, which in that tape was the tape said it was a special purpose vehicles. This voice that is allegedly to be Atiku Abubakar. Have you listened to that tape? And can you tell us whether or not that is Atiku Abubakar's voice?
That recording and manipulation must have been done either in Bodilon or in the studio of TVC. Technology.
So that is not Atiku Abubakar's voice.
Technology these days, let me tell you, there's something called voice over technology. I can plant your voice, I can manipulate your voice, I can coordinate your voice, and I'm telling you that everything that have been orchestrated, that have been presented by Michael Achimogu are fallacies, lies, malicious lies from the pit of hell. And I'm telling you that Nigerians should not be distracted, and Chinese television should not be distracted, Shehu Okinbaloye should not be distracted by this issue of lies. You should confront the APC with their massive failure in Nigeria, in Lagos. They should confront them with the issues of insecurity, with the issues of hunger, with the issues of kidnapping, with the issues of disunity that they have brought upon Nigeria. This is a strategy to just distract the general public from the issues that are on ground and from diverting the attention of the electorate from the upcoming election. And we should not be distracted about that. Atiku is not going to respond to these issues of lies. Atiku is busy selling his agenda to Nigerians. He's busy communicating with the electorate. He's busy telling them, I will take you out of the land of Egypt to the promised land of Canaan. He's trying to tell Nigerians that by the grace of God, the issues of power will be solved. The issues of insecurity will be solved. Housing and unemployment will be solved. That I will bring peace back to this land. That is what Atiku is selling to the public. And that is what we want to be concerned about. That is what we want to speak about. Not distractions that are manipulated by the APC to create unnecessary distractions.
Senator, I can assure you, take this from me. You've known me for a while now. Channels does not look like an organization that is distracted. I don't look like one that is distracted. We are focused. We know our jobs, and we will do it. And now, you were here when we interrogated when the issues of the candidate of the APC came up. We confronted the issues, and we took it up. Now, this concerns the integrity and the capacity of your candidate, and we're asking the questions. And I'd like to go further by asking you tonight again. There are also tapes that have been released, allegedly belonging to the children of Mr. Atiku Abubakar. Now you've denied and said that the voice that we heard, released by Michael Achimogu, is not that of Atiku Abubakar. The ones released allegedly to be those of the children of Mr. Atiku Abubakar. What can you say about those?
I don't speak for the children of Atiku Abubakar. I speak for Atiku Abubakar.
So you don't know any of his children? And you don't know whether those voices sound like theirs?
I speak for Atiku Abubakar. And I'm telling you that a man who has lied about Atiku Abubakar will lie about anything.
Now, let me go further, because I know at some point, if I'm not mistaken, you were in the House of Representatives when President Olusegun Obasanjo was in power. And it was crystal clear some of the issues that came up at the time. I'm not sure this is the first time you are hearing the name of the company that has been brought into this conversation, and some of the names that have been brought into this particular conversation. If you are denying and saying that all of these things that Michael Achimogu is raising are not true, would you allow this thing to slip? Are you taking any legal action on this? Because if anybody is raising frivolous allegations against you, you are a graduate of law, Senator. Would you allow it to slip?
Anyway, I want to say, Sean, that don't take Panadol for another man's headache. I want to assure you that the man who is making these allegations have more than 3 cases in court already of blackmail. He has a case in court against Alhaji Aminu from Kogi State, who he blackmailed to collecting money from. He has a case that is popularly on the Facebook and is everywhere on the social media against a woman that he defrauded. So I want to announce to you that either myself as a spokesperson or the PDP as a party, after today, will not react to any question coming from this blackmailer.